Hello, Tarot friends, and welcome to Anastasia Tarot and Vedic Astrology. I'm Anastasia, and up today is a flip through of the Eduardo Dotti Lombardy Tarot from 1865, published by Patrick Valenza. There are other versions of this deck out there. It's a historic deck, so it's in the public domain. But I really like Valenza's release because it's super budget friendly. It's not necessarily the bespoke artisanal deck on handmade matte paper or anything like that. As you might be able to see, it has a glossier finish, more modern style finish. But it's a really nice budget-friendly entry into the world of historic decks, which is why it gets an honorable mention in my top 5 decks for beginners video. This deck is also nice and small. It fits easily into your hands. And because it isn't a super expensive deck, it's easy to toss in your bag for travel. So this is one of my all-time favorite go-to Tarocchi decks. No frills, no fancy packaging, just a really great budget-friendly historic deck. The story behind this deck is Patrick Valenza, who's the creator of Deviant Moon and Trionfi della Luna. He's well known to fans of those decks. He acquired original copies of some older decks, I assume at auction or whatever, and then he scanned them and was able to print them, keeping things as original as possible. As always, this is an honest review of a deck I bought with my own money and actually used for reading. So with that background, let's get into it. One thing I really love about these historic deck reproductions, especially the Tarocchi, is it uses this really beautiful color scheme. The red is likely madder red, made from madder roots. So the pigments of these older decks tend to be a more muted and organic kind of a color scheme as compared to the later decks or some of the French Marseille style decks. It's interesting to note some of the nines use this IX for 9, while others use the 5 VIII. So there's no consistency in the Roman numerals. And one thing that's, if you're just getting started using Tarocchi decks, people often get confused between the bastoni or the rods and the spade or the swords. And just remember the swords are curved and the bastoni or the rods are straight. The swords are curved like a scimitar style. So yeah, as you can see here in the bastoni suit, it's VIII for number 9, where in the spade it was IX. So with the package is included a business card for Deviant Moon, and also this little explanation which says Lombardy Tarot Deck, Eduardo Dotti, Milan, Italy, circa 1865. The 78 card Resurrection was meticulously scanned directly from the authentic deck in our growing collection. The images were reproduced as found, including the original wraparound edging. Originally printed in 1865 by Eduardo Dotti using the wooden matrices of his father Teodoro, but with the modification of the King of Batons and the Ace of Coins. The tax print on the Ace of Coins was used from 1862 to 1874. So I appreciate that. It's short and to the point. It gives you the history of the deck. And again, I really do appreciate this deck. Easy to handle, not a bunch of wasteful packaging and extra stuff. It's just the deck and the box. Thank you so much for watching. I will be posting some historic spreads that could be used with this deck. So check back with the channel, and I will be posting those spreads. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.